I'm in my 2007 Dodge Ram 1500, and um, my ignition lock cylinder over here sometimes stick forward and the starter will stay engaged because it's started, but it's like I'm holding the key forward at the same time. So I'm going to be replacing it with this one right here. And so the two things I have is a new ignition lock cylinder, and I also have my T20, a 3-inch one right here. You want to get this one right here, one similar to this, opposed to just having a little bit that you'll maybe try to use on the end of your drill or something like that, because it won't fit up inside the slots. It needs to go kind of far up inside of there to actually reach it. And if you just have that a little bit, which is really about the length of that right there, and what you have to stick it in is much wider, of course, and so it'll be too wide to go up in those little holes. So get this one because it's a nice long thin shaft, and it'll get up in there to do it. And then inside of here, I went with this one right here because I didn't want to have a separate key. I wanted the type that actually rekeys automatically, and I didn't want to go through the problem of rekeying it too. So this right here, when you stick it in there and you're able to rekey it, whatever that big orange thing around there, it helps you to rekey the cylinder automatically for you. So that's what we're going to use. So let's get this started. All right, so we're going to give this a try. They have not only instructions on the actual tube itself, so step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4 for what you need to do, but it also comes with written instructions as well. And there's really a lot of YouTubes out there too as well. So from what I understand, you just need to take your key, put it all the way in there, and then turn it one full turn clockwise. And then after you do that, then you go the opposite way and it pops out. All right. See that? That's what's left over. And then you take it, and now you got to take the cap off of here. Now be careful. There's two little prongs underneath there, and they can pop out because there's springs behind them. And they can pop out, so be careful. If you're not careful, it'll pop out. You'll lose the spring or lose the little pin. See these right here? So you got to be careful with those. They can come right on out. And there's just a spring down there, a little tiny spring. So now, from what I understand, now we need to take this and put it in there. Let's see here. I'll put it in. And I'll turn it. And I think those little pins kind of locked into a little space up in there. And so I think that's it. Yeah. You see there's a little triangle there? I think those lock into that point right there. You can go past that, it looks like. But I bring it back and then it locks into that spot. Okay? So now we'll get this ready. We'll take the old one out and we'll take the old one out and put this one in. All right, so the first thing we want to do is disconnect the negative side of the battery. Set that off so we don't touch. Now we can go in and do it. So we're going to want to remove this right here. You see it down here, and then you also have several areas under here where you're going to have to remove the screws as well. All right, and to show you what I meant earlier, this right here doesn't have a lot of room to go up in there, so if you have a fat one, it won't make it. And right now with the screws removed, now we can start to remove the cover. As you can see, I was able to just pull this out of the way. It's a little plastic thing, so you just pull it out and then try to see if I can just drop this down out of the way, get access to it, okay? Got to do it from both sides. And remember, we remove that over here to allow, of course, to drop it off. Drop it down. So it's down now, and now we have access to it. All right, and to get ready for this, let's insert our key, move it to the run position. That's why you disconnect the battery, so it won't start up for you. And I believe there is get this out of the way, a little hole down here. Let's see if we can see that. See that little hole, that little nub right there? We're going to push that in, which allows for the key, the whole thing to come out. You see that? And there it is. Did it with one hand. All right. So this is our old one that we just took out. This is the new one that we're going to be putting in. Looks pretty much similar. And got that back there, the same as there. Let's orientate them the same way. So there it is. So I'm going to take my key out of here and then put it in here and turn it forward so it's in the run position as well, and then insert it, okay? Okay, here's the new one, the old one. So I need to back it down, take my key out, and then I'm going to take this one here, orientate it the same way I had it, put it in, and turn it to the run position. Alright, so it's in there. So now we're going to take it and we're going to insert it in and hope everything works out as it should. Alright, so there's a look inside of there, and let me see if I can get you in there. See, there it is. And as you can see, you have these grooves, one there, there's one on the other side and one at the top, almost like a triangle. So that helps you know how you should orientate that going in. And then you see that key thing all the way back there in the back. It corresponds with the what you see on the end of here as well. And as you can see, that triangle thing I was talking about, on here you have, let me see if I can, here we go. You have the top, and then you have 1, 2 down there, the bottom. And I believe that right there is the little peg that we pushed up in initially to make it release out of there. Okay, so you kind of know that's the bottom. All right, so what I did, you see those little pegs that I was talking about with the spring, and you see how you can rotate it to get it all the way up against that. But if it's all the way up against that, this doesn't push in. And you need that to push in to be able to insert it. But if you back it off just a little bit from that run position, then as you can see, now you can depress it in. So now we're going to take that I think that's it. I think it's in there. Let's see if we can remove the key. Pull it back. Keys out. And that's the run position. Alright. Take it out. Wrong position. All right, let's connect the battery up and see if this works. Get this battery back connected up. On position. This is a 8mm, by the way. Get that nice and tight. And let's go back in and see what happens. Put it in, turn it, and it started. All right, I call that a win. No check engine lights is always good, right? So that is installing the ignition lock cylinder. Again, this was a 2000 Dodge 1500. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. Also to have some other YouTubes out there for some things I've done on my Dodge and also my Jeep as well. So please subscribe and check those out. And then I'm always posting up new ones as well. So I'm just going to put the cover back on. I don't think you guys need to stick around for that. But I think this is a wrap. Thanks, guys.